Hello agents and welcome back to another Division build video. Today I wanted to make a build that involved the chain killer, and I didn't really want to go down the route of a focus like build where you have to be zoomed in, because I think if you're going to use a zoom in a scope on any of your guns, you really should just use perfect focus. It's just better, and you're much more flexible with that build as well, because you can swap guns around and use a whole different variety of guns, whereas with the chain killer you're a little bit more tied in with what you can do. This is the build that I came up with, and we'll first of all take a look at the chain killer, and then I'll show you why I chose certain parts, and I'm actually going to show you some numbers as well this time around, because I do feel that if I don't, there'll be some doubters on why I picked certain parts of this gear. So with the chain killer, I've got quite a good one here. Obviously it could be a little bit better. I've rolled headshot damage on, because this build is all about the headshot damage. And we've got perfect headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of that killing blow's damage. Now it's only 125% I believe with regular headhunter, which is why I wanted to go with the chain killer. And obviously it's quite nice, Walker Harris. You get 5% weapon damage just from the one piece bonus. Damage is capped to 800% of your weapon's damage. This is raised to 1250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%, which ours will be. So we're going to be at the top end of this. So I'm actually using the white death with this, and if I show you how I've modded it up, I've just got 5% crit chance scope on it, because I want to use a red dot. I don't want to be using something where I have to be zoomed in. It makes it really awkward, and it makes it really clunky. So I've just got on for crit chance on here. I've got crit chance on the bottom here as well, and I've got 5% weapon damage over here. So now, as you can see, even though it's a bolt action, it's not quite as clunky as zooming in, and still relatively fast at shooting. The rest of the gear I've gone with, I think you definitely need a piece of Heraldry in here to maximise the damage for this, and I'll show you why in a minute. Then I've got a piece of Providence in here with headshot damage from the one piece and Vigilance as the talent. And then, which is really strange, in the gloves and the knee pads and the holster, I've got 3-piece aces. Now 2-piece gives me 15% marksman rifle damage, 3-piece gives me 30% headshot damage. Now I've rotated these out during my testing, and I'm going to show you these numbers very quickly now in a minute. I've tried Foxys and Contractors multiple times, and usually in all red builds they would win out. But in this build they actually don't, and it's very close though. It's extremely close. So if you've only got Foxys and Contractors available, or you've got aces, either or will actually work. The numbers aren't far off. So first of all, just to show you really quickly and really easily, I'm going to put this on normal. I'm going at 5 meters, and what you do after a couple of kills, you'll see the damage top out. So as you can see there now, 24 million and 23 million will be the two top numbers where this actually tops out. Now if I switch these over to Contractor's gloves with headshot damage, and I'll switch this one's over to Foxy's Prayers with headshot damage, and then we'll switch the Heraldry, this to an Heraldry, so we're actually getting 15% damage here as well, and we'll do the same test. We'll see what it tops out at. So it's 22 and 23, so less damage. So then I thought, okay, well what about if I can keep one of them in? So ideally the one I would want to keep in would be the Foxy's Prayer, because it's damage to target out of cover, not just damage to armour. So what we can do now, we can flip in aces here. I can flip in aces here, and I can flip in an aces mask. As you can see, 22 and 23, just below again, even with the multiplicative damage on the knee pads. Now we're going to try a different way around, and what we're going to do this time is change the mask. So we're going to run 2-piece aces and an heraldi mask. We'll let the damage top out. And what you can see from these numbers here is it's within thousands. So you could run it this way as well. It's very, very slightly less. So if you've got these pieces and you've not got 3-piece aces to run, you could do that as well. It's literally tens of thousands between on damage wise, as you can see from the bottom left, the 23 and the 24 million damage. So now we'll flip these back to aces. And we'll put the heraldi mask back on. And just for sanity's sake, we'll do the same test again. And there you can see the damage has topped out just slightly higher, 23 and 24 million. So what I wanted to be able to do was effectively be able to one-tap yellow enemies. So first of all, we'll put it on an elite. And as you can see, really easy, 23 million one-taps. Then we'll flip to the named. We've still got the buff on, and as you can see again, 23 million easy one tap. If we really wanted to show off big numbers and we were looking at numbers that we weren't really concerned with, we could use the nemesis, which is nice to have in your back pocket. And if you keep shooting away to see till the damage finally does top out, 50 million is where you're going to find this build will top out at. Which I suppose is nice. If you're running in a group, that situation might come up every now and again. But this is the kind of damage we were looking at doing. Very quick one taps on all kind of enemies. And it allows us to get a little bit better when using our White Death and a bolt action rifle. Looking at the stats. On the White Death, you can see the damage there. Crit chance and crit damage we didn't spec into at all, so what we have got is a bonus. Headshot damage we're at 303%. No damage to armor or damage to health because we're not using our foxes or contractors. And then you can see the other down here. If you did want to see the nemesis stats, there are them as well. But it just works really, really nice. I've got some footage that I'll put at the end of me running Emergency Federal Bunker, just at the beginning, just to test it out. And it's really good for practicing your one taps. This build isn't for everybody. Some people really do hate that kind of one tap mechanic, and it certainly might not be for everybody. But if this is the kind of build you like to run, or you want to get better at doing the one taps, perhaps practice for using 1886 as well and things like that, then this is a good go-to build to have a go at. And as you can see, headshot damage is absolutely everywhere with the chain killer. And vigilance on the backpack. Skills wise, you can run whatever you want. I've got a defender drone on here, which is pretty useless to be honest, but my reviver hive is key. And obviously offhand you can run whatever you want as well. Obviously you should definitely be running the TAC-50, and you should definitely be spec'd into sniper rifle damage, into marksman damage as well. Just before I round off this video, I just wanted to make another quick comment about the Foxy Kneepads. Because this is multiplicative damage, this damage has the potential to get even better depending on how good the rest of your build is. So do pay attention to your numbers when you're in a group. do pay attention to your numbers as you min-max the rest of your gear, because this combination might turn out to be the best and not using 3-piece aces. For me solo, I'm getting the most damage right now from 3-piece aces, but I'll always be keeping an eye on my numbers to make sure that I might outgrow them knee pads and it might be better to switch in Foxy's Pros. Or if I'm getting buffs from other members of my group, it might be time to switch in the Foxes. So do pay attention to your numbers. I'm not necessarily telling you this is how you have to run it, but always very important to make sure you're running it to the very best of your ability, as most people are going to have Foxes in the stash anyway from all their other builds that they run. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Enjoy the footage at the end. I hope you liked the video. Do comment down below if you think I've got this wrong or you've run a different variant of it. I would be very interested to know. They all top out very similar at around 50 million though, from what I've seen, all the different variations. It's just finding the right variation that's good for the gear that you've got. Come and check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE, where I stream raid help most days and do anything else division related. Click that subscribe and hit that bell for future notifications on more videos that I do, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.